Hi everybody, it's Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and this is my April-May. I think this is my April-May book haul. I'm doing it like that because I would have like more videos on book hauls, and I don't want to have it to be that. I want to talk about books more than talk about what I'm doing with my money all the time. However, I have some things here to share with you. So let's see, where am I going to start? Let's start with books that I got for Independent Bookstore Day. There was two different places that are near me that I can go to real quick and pick up on. One is a very new store near me that I'm really loving, and the owner is fabulous. So I bought one there. And so I have 3 books in this category, and I had to put little notes to remind myself what how I came about getting the books and what I was getting, etc. So this one is called Memphis by Tara M. Stringfellow, and this one it came out I think last year or the year before. Oh, I love books like this that have like a family tree inside of it. Which is very helpful for me too, to figure out who's who, which also tells me there's going to be a lot for me to remember. But this one came out in this year. No, the paperback edition came out this year, and the hardcover came out last year. And I love paper. This is so much just so easy to carry around. It's not intimidating. I'm not going to hurt myself or startle myself if I fall asleep reading it at night. This one is a story, without going into too much detail. It's a debut novel. It traces 3 generations of Southern Black family and one daughter's discovery that has the power to change their legacy. It's set in the summer of 1995. Yeah, that's all I'll say about it, because I think a lot of people have heard of this one. Because I have a lot of books and I don't want to spend too long. But I'm excited I got this one. And I love to, shop at independent bookstores as often as I can, especially when I travel. That's one of my big things, is to find bookstores. So this is nice. This one is a independent used bookstore. However, the quality of the books there are fabulous. And they usually will sell the books half, if not more off. Half off the full price or more. This is one I wanted to read so bad. I had it on my Kindle as one that I wanted to read when it came out, and I didn't. And so now I'm so happy that I own it, because it's so beautiful too, just to look at. See, there are books you just like looking at. The colors are pleasing, everything. This one is called Little Gods by Meng Jin, and this is the cover of it. And this one says, on the night of June, some dust floating through. Oh, I can see it. Okay. On the night of June 4th, a woman gives birth in a Beijing hospital alone. Thus begins the unraveling of Su Lan, a brilliant physicist who until this moment has successfully erased her past, fighting what she calls the mind's arrow of time. 17 years later, Su Lan's daughter, Li Ya, brings her mother's ashes to China, along with the silences and the contradictions of Su Lan's life. In a territory inhabited by the ghosts of the living and the dead, Leah's memories are joined by those of 2 others: Zhu Wen, the woman last to know Su Lan before she left China, and Yang Zong, the father Leah has never known. In this way, a portrait of Su Lan emerges: an ambitious scientist, an ambivalent mother, and a woman whose relationship to her own history shapes and ultimately unmakes Leah's own sense of displacement. A story of migrational, literal, and emotional, spanning time, space, and class. Little Gods is a sharp yet expansive exploration of the aftermaths of unfulfilled dreams, an immigrant story in negative that grapples with our tenuous connections to memory, history, and self. So good. So I'm so excited to get this one. And I got it for I think, what did I pay, $8? Yeah. And it's practically brand new. Okay. Love it. And then the last one is one of my favorite authors, is Isabel Allende. I love her books. I really love her books. I love how she writes. And I try to read her books often as I can. And so this one was one I remember when it came out. I just didn't get to it. I heard about it. Again, even authors that I really like, sometimes I'll be like, I'll give it a little bit before I buy it. But this one, I'm glad I waited because I got this one half off. I got it for $10, a hardcover, gorgeous cover. It's A Long Petal of the Sea. It's from New York Times bestselling author of The House of Spirits, House of the Spirits. This epic novel spanning decades and crossing continents follows two young people as they flee the aftermath of the Spanish Civil War in search of a place to call home. Her books are really well researched and written, but I love books like that span generations and continents. Something about those, I just always they do it for me. So I'm excited. So those are the books that I got were from Independent Bookstore Day. Then there was called I go into Target and I saw this is 20% off and it was autographed and I was like, that looks like it might be good. That's just called the spur of the moment thing. And that's what this book is. And it's called All the Lonely People by Michael Gale. Was that it? The author's name? Yeah. As you see, this lovely stupid 20% off is here. And then right below it, you have the autographed sign. So I have his autograph in here. And it was a very good price for getting autographed. This book is about, in weekly phone calls to his daughter in Australia, widower Herbert Bird paints a picture of the perfect retirement in London, packed with fun, friendship, and fulfillment. But it's a lie. In reality, Herbert's days are all the same, dragging on without him seeing a single soul. Until his daughter said she's coming for a visit, it's good news that turns out to be the worst news ever. News that will force him out again into the world that had made him suffer for being a black immigrant from Jamaica. The whole world he has long since turned his back on. Now Herbert faces a seemingly impossible task to make his real life resemble his fake life before the truth comes out. By turns, a funny and moving meditation on love, race, old age, and friendship. All the Lonely People is an uplifting reminder of the power of ordinary people to make an extraordinary difference. It sounds so good. This sounds like a good one for summer. This sounds good. I love it. I love that. So there's that. Then I have a pre-order that I ordered. I read, was it last summer? Or the summer before? I can't remember when the first one came out. But Sunny Hostin's book, the first one, I didn't even see the inside. Yeah, I pre-ordered this one. Summer on the Bluffs was the one I read before. And this one is Summer on Sag Harbor. What I love about it is Sunny is finding areas in the country where Black people historically have been able to actually purchase beachfront and prime property. And that's not a common thing back then, and it isn't common today. There's a lot of flaws within to the home market system in terms of preventing people of color to actually get good loans and get access to things still. So I like that she does center on these locations because they're places I have not, like I do, the last one was in Martha's Vineyard and I summer there, so I do know that I'm familiar with that one, but this one is going to be in Sag Harbor. It's called Sag Harbor Hills in Ozarest. Oh, sorry, no, that's the person. It's Sag Harbor Hills. So this one's going to follow some other people. So I'm looking forward to it. The last one was great. It had a little bit of love and stuff. It's a good beach read. And I'm looking to see, it's got little sex scenes and stuff like that. We'll see what's going to happen in this one. So I'm excited for this. I pre-ordered it as soon as I knew she was going to come out with a new one. So that was that one. And then I had for book club for this past month, with Dee Dee and them, we had, gosh, where did I write it down? Hold on. I can't remember it. God's Bits of Wood by Asuman Sembeni. Okay, so that one was, and I'll talk about it, depending on the order of these videos, if you see that video that talked about the wrap-up, I didn't end up reading it. I DNF'd it for reasons I'll talk about later. But when I ordered the book, I ordered it from Thrift Books. Because Thrift Books is like so inexpensive, and I was gonna get shipping anyways, I'm like, I'll throw in a couple other books that I was interested in, and some of them were on my wish list. So these are the books that I got from Thrift Books when I ordered that book. And I'm super excited about, especially about one of them. But this one I've had on my list for a very long time. This author is Sisonke Msamang. Msamang? I think that's how you say the last name. And it's Always Another Country. Isn't that a beautiful cover? She's born in exile to a South African guerrilla father and a working mother. Sisonke is constantly on the move from Zambia to Kenya to Canada and beyond. Always the outsider, Sisonke develops a keenly perceptive view of the world. In this sparkling account of a young girl's path to womanhood, Sisonke interweaves her personal story with her political awakening in America and Africa, her euphoria at returning to the new South Africa, and her disillusionment with the new elites. Always Another Country is searching for belonging and identity, a warm and intimate story and a testament to sisterhood and family bonds. Yeah, because they left, I think, the family during apartheid, and then they come back after. So that's also an interesting thing to see what changes have occurred and things for the better and things that aren't. I went and looked online, and if you look up her name, you can find her a lot of like lectures where she's talking and stuff. She's really interesting to listen to. So this is one I've had a long time, and I was like, well, this is the time to get it. So I'm really glad that I had to order that book because I was able to snag this copy, and it's a really good version of it. So there's that. And then I'm always trying to find good books, and if anybody has any good books, I had one. I can't think of the name of it. I think that was A History of Jamaica. But I don't have a book that's like the history, that covers the history of the Caribbean. And so this one, we'll find out. It says Brief Histories of the Caribbean by Gad Hewman. So I got this in there, and it looks like, it's definitely got some underlining in here, but I'm okay with that. I'm really fascinated with this. It says Columbus discovered the Caribbean, not North America. And it was in the Caribbean that the Amerindians first felt the effects of European steel, gunpowder, and deadlier by far, microbes. The region became a pawn in the European struggle for empire and later a significant player in the developing Atlantic economy. Its economic importance rests on some structure of African slavery, which provided labor for the numerous plantations across the region. However, slaves resisted slavery, and ultimately the abolitionist cause was carried successfully in the British Parliament and gradually elsewhere. Emancipation did not provide solutions to the ancillary ills of servitude, poverty, exploitation, inequality, and protest and resistance to colonial rule, where the British, Spanish, French, Dutch, or Danish continued. In the 20th century, the United States largely replaced the old European powers as the dominant player in the area and sought to intervene when it perceived its interests were threatened. So this is his guide to the history of that region. Those regions, and so I'm really I'm interested. I'm here for it. So that's really cool. I didn't even, I was, after I picked these other two and the book club book, I kind of just wanted to try to find another one, and this one came up. So I was like, this is great, and it's good for Caribbean Heritage Month. This would be a great one to read too. Now this one I had heard a while back. I'm super excited. I didn't want to get it in hardcover. I'm so happy. I love the paperback, and I'm so happy I found this one. And I can't wait to read this one. This is called The Three Mothers: How the Mothers of Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and James Baldwin Shaped a Nation by Anna Malika Tubbs. With the exception of this little sticker on the side, it's in beautiful condition. Really, really good condition. I'm really intrigued by this. I've read like the autobiography of Malcolm X. I've read some essays and stuff by Martin Luther King. I've read some James Baldwin, but I've never thought about, as a mother too, and a Black mother, like what their lives were like, and who before and after their children, become who they became. But who were these women that actually shaped these individuals? So I think this is going to be an interesting perspective, and I'm really here for that one. So there's that. Okay. Now we get to do some opening. So I have something that I've done. I started it last year, but because I never did my book journal whole review with you, I can tell you about it now, but I started doing this last year. Every month I find a Black independent bookstore, and I buy at least one, maybe two books from them. And so this year I've been buying books from different ones. So for April, which one is it? Let's see. I have got April and May. I have some here. So this one is from, this is my April one, and this is from Black Garnet Books. I will put links below of these two independent bookstores if you're interested in ordering from them. I will find out if the book's coming in good condition, but the prices were great. And I just love supporting the bookstores. So this one is called Black Garnet Books. Black Garnet Books. It's in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's Dion Sims started Minnesota's first Black-owned bookstore in 2020. So she's very young, and it's a very young bookstore. And I got 2 books, so we will open it and see. Hopefully they came out good. One I've been wanting, and one I never had thought of getting, but I saw it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get 2. So the 2 books are, oh, I love the cover of this one. This one is James Baldwin, The Evidence of Things Not Seen. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love it. I love like all the little marks and little divots and dimples, and I love this. This is over 22 months in 1979 and 1981. Nearly 24 children were unspeakably murdered in Atlanta despite national attention and outcry. They were all Black. James Baldwin investigated these murders. The Black administration in Atlanta and Wayne Williams, the Black man tried for the crimes because there were only evidence to convict Williams for the murders of 2 men. The children's cases were closed officially. No justice to the families or the country. Baldwin's incisive analysis implicates the failures of integration as the guilty party, arguing there could be no more devastating proof of this assault than the slaughter of the children. Stacey Abrams writes the foreword in this. The humanity of Black children, of Black men and women, of children and Black lives has ever been a conundrum for America. 40 years on, Baldwin's writing remind us that we have never resolved the core query: do Black lives matter? And this is just, oh my God, and it's very short. This is like 116 pages. So it's really small, but I just loved it when I saw the picture of him, and I just wanted to read it. It's not an easy read, I'm sure, just by listening to the description, but I'm not afraid of that. This one I've been wanting to get, but listen, Dee Dee, I know you're listening. I'm not reading this one yet until I read. I have 2, I think, books by Elif Shafak, The Bastard of Istanbul, and another one, which I can't see because it's not on the shelf. I will be reading that before I read this, but I can't resist getting this one, which is The Island of Missing Trees, which is the latest one. I don't know why I am taking so long to read this author. I know that she's going to be one of my favorites, and I think I'm going to like the style writing. So I need to get on the others, but I wanted to get this in my library to add to hers. So this will probably prompt me to hurry up and get to read to the other one. So those are the 2 that I got from Black Garnet Books, and they came at great quality. So look at that. It's really great. And then the last one I got is 2 more books, and I'm trying to go fast. This is from Olive Tree Books and Voices. It's from Springfield, Massachusetts. It's owned by Z Johnson, who's owned and operated this bookstore for over 15 years. The building was once a crack house, and she has transformed it into an inviting space filled with books. And this is, well, you can't really see it good, but I put a picture in here of her. When I do my book journal, I'll let you guys see the pictures a little bit more closely. But what a great story. What I did notice is, like, I don't know if it's from the pandemic, like hard times, her hours aren't very, she doesn't have very many hours open. And the books are sold via bookshop.org. So, you know, she's not getting as big a profit as she would, but she is getting the service of having, look at me trying to figure out how to open this while I'm talking. Oh no. Okay. So she has the service that will enable her to sell the books. All right, hold on one second. I don't want to have to get off the video to go get to it. Okay. I think if I pull it like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get your finger under there. I like that. I like that. Okay. 2 gorgeous books. I'm going to tell you a funny thing after I tell you about the books. This one I really want to read. This is by Emma Straub. It's called This Time Tomorrow. And this one is a father and daughter story full of humor and heart about love, death, and time travel. On the eve of her 40th birthday, Alice's life isn't terrible. She likes her job, even if it isn't exactly the one she expected. She's happy with her apartment and her romantic status and her independence, and she adores her lifelong best friend. But her father is ailing, and it feels to her as if something is missing. When she wakes up the next morning, she finds herself back in 1996, reliving her 16th birthday. But it isn't just her adolescent body that shocks her, or seeing her high school crush. It's her dad, the vital, charming 40-something version of her father with whom she is reunited, now armed with a new perspective on her own life and his. Some past events take on a new meaning. Is there anything that she could change if she could? This sounds really interesting because you think about, I have 2 teenage boys, but you think about the evolution of your relationship. So your kids are very attached to you when they're little, and then before they get into be teenagers, and then they start to like explore and develop their independent self, and the relationship kind of, it doesn't part, but they're stretching their wings. And then you go off. For me, when I went to college, like I was always close to my mom, but when college just brought me really closer to her. And after college, I was just like, we were thick as thieves. So it's like, to see that evolution. But for her, we have to find out what her story is to be able to have that closeness earlier, or to appreciate or get a chance to really appreciate and see those things through a different set of eyes with more wisdom. Should be interesting. So I'm really here for this one. I think it will be good. I think it will also be emotional. I'll think of my mom and my dad and stuff. So yeah, so there's that. So there's that one, and that one's in good condition. I don't know if I just got suckered into this one. I was looking for something and I saw this one, and maybe the butterflies got me. But it's called Everything Here is Beautiful by Mira T. Lee. This one I think this was, wait a minute, if I'm right, I thought this author was from the Caribbean, because I was like, I think I can read this in Caribbean month, but I'm not sure. A dazzling novel of 2 sisters and their emotional journey through love, loyalty, and heartbreak. When Lucia Bach starts hearing voices, older sister Miranda tries desperately to reach her. Lucia is vibrant, full of wonder and impetus. But when mental illness takes hold, it threatens to derail her life, as well as the lives of everyone who she loves. Miranda will try to rescue her sister, but only Lucia can decide whether she wants to be saved. It is at its heart, Everything Here is Beautiful is a gut-wrenching story about a young woman's quest to find fulfillment. But it's also an unforgettable cross-cultural drama about immigrants, family, and the sacrifices we make to truly love someone, and when loyalty to oneself must prevail overall. Okay, so the funny thing about this is that I was checking on the status of this, to see when it was going to get delivered. And I saw the cover. And something about the name all of a sudden was jarring. And I don't have it here to show you, but this is a duplicate. I own this book already, in hardcover, and I think I got it used maybe in a book sale or something. I don't know. So I've got 2 now. They are both gorgeous. This one is really, really pretty. And it sounds like an interesting story to read. But I'm just like, kick myself like, oh. But, I'm happy that I was able to support this bookstore. I got 2 books out of there. So those are the books that I have for April and May. June, I will have more, because June, I have my birthday book haul, because June is my birthday month. And so, yeah. So these, I'm trying to see if I can space these out. Maybe I'll do my birthday book haul at the end of the month or something, or I will loop them into another video, or June, July or something. I'll figure it out. But anyway, isn't that funny? This is why I need to pay attention to what I own. Like, I don't think I had the other one on my app, so that's why I probably didn't catch it. But yeah, so these are the books that I got, which is a whole lot of books for that month. And we know I read so slow, so who's gonna get through all of these? But I'm really excited about reading them. I definitely want to read Sunny's this summer. Um, Isabel Allende, I'm here for that. This one, All the Lonely People, sounds really funny to me. Like, how is he gonna like change his life? You know, before she gets her tickets to come to visit him. Um, the Three Mothers sounds really interesting, and I think the James Baldwin one's gonna be heart wrenching. So I have to figure out and pad it between something fun. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these and if you like any of these, and I will talk to you guys later. I never opened books online, so I'm going to try and save my independent bookstore ones and do that with you guys because that's kind of fun. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.